This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch.
Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit her mag, she like, girl, you...
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up. Check right 50. Mike is a 50. Check right 50. Topper. Kill. And turn it up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Smith. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
18 Gator.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is
On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, wahoo!
50, Mike, 50. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd down, Clement. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Mike 50, yo. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
They go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen for Clement. Now Clement fumbles the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Ready?
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Let's get out the field.
Bravo.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards, Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Trubisky. Gets it off to Freeman. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts him right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run here with Eckler. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the Vikings' 22-yard line.
Get up! 180! Red, touch!
Rip left!
From the 22, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now Trubisky to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down again. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abuka. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. on a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the 41, Trubisky. Well, this one complete to Smith. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now Trubisky. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Hey, 18. Alert.
Check. Fresno.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Set,
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 5. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Ready, 30 base.
45. Oh, here we go.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Pull it together.
5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now back to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Let's go.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get... lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. It's Clement back to the running game. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. We own it. We own it. Hey, high 7.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey, let's get this. Get this. Check 45. Come on.
Ready?
2nd and 6. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is third and goal.
Check, lucky.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on fourth. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, Sam off. Hey, Charlie.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Second and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded inside the 5. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 70 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Trubisky will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Brashad Perriman, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is, if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Wide, get wide.
They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Single.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. in field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Shoot. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 35 on second down, Trubisky. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On first down, Clement. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
They'll drop the throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Brashad Perriman, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Bears take over. Let's go, boy, bring it up. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
The 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Smith here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, 18. Slam. Greystone, travel.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Go, go. Look at me, zipper.
They'll run with Clement. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Set up. 15, Ronnie. 15, Ronnie. Get that ball. Clear.
Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Vikings have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Vikings 31, Bears 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bears take over first. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Eckler. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Watch the pass.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Watch left. Tight. Watch left.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
You must be getting tired of seeing.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Traquan Smith with his second touchdown of the night, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
They don't want it. Keep playing.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 41-yard line.
Let's get it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Cut.
2nd and 9 now. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Samson Abukum able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Trubisky, and this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll look to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Check out protein spill.
2nd and 5. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey!
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Yo, 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 yo.
Bravo!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's set, and that's caught inside the 35.
Give me some. Give me some. We got you, boy.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 59 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Looking to throw. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. The Vikings 42-yard line.
Hey, check.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He'll find Lindsey here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 31, check 31.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the posts.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run on first down. Clement. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Hey, Haywood.
Touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
30 base. Smooth.
Back to throw. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all they needed. First down. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go. 15, line. 15 on. Hey, high 7.
Minus 50, minus 50.
Now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 12.
Come on.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. There's a party now. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for Jakeem Grant. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.